Archangel Michael says, 45 minutes left. God is trying to reach you and you always skip this. Don't hurt God to skip. Something unexpected is going to happen suddenly, open and immediately. Archangel Michael says the clock is ticking and heaven's call is hanging in the air, waiting for you to answer. 4 to 5 minutes, that is all you have before a divine shift comes crashing into your life, changing everything you thought you knew. I see the threads of your destiny trembling, ready to be rewoven by God Himself. Yet your hesitation risks breaking the connection. The air around you is heavier than usual because the unseen world is pressing close. It is not the weight of fear but the intensity of something sacred and urgent. Right now, your name is being spoken in the courts of heaven and angels are being dispatched in haste. I am not here to speak to your mind but to your spirit, because your heart already feels the tug of what I am saying. You have ignored similar signs before, thinking they were mere coincidences. But this is different. This is not just a warning. It is an appointment with the supernatural that you cannot afford to miss. You don't realize it yet, but the divine clock started ticking the moment your eyes landed on this message. Your soul has been crying for an answer, a breakthrough, and a release. This is heaven's direct reply, but whether you embrace it or walk past it will determine what unfolds next. Even now, unseen forces are aligning in ways you could never orchestrate on your own. You may feel a strange pull towards certain thoughts, memories, or even people from your past, and that is no accident. These moments are markers, guiding you to the exact place God wants you to be when the sudden shift comes. Archangel Michael says, I have stood in battle for you in realms you have not seen. There were moments the enemy thought he had you cornered, moments when betrayal, loss, and confusion nearly swallowed your light. Yet, heaven's orders were clear: protect you at all costs until this appointed time arrives. Your life right now is like a door that is half open. You can see a glimpse of what's beyond. But fear and hesitation keep you from stepping through. A door leads to a moment that will change your relationships, your stability, and your future forever. Once it swings fully open, you will understand why you were called here today. I must speak plainly. If you walk away from this moment and bury it under the noise of daily life, you will miss the sudden gift God hath been preparing for you. 4 to 5 minutes is not much time, yet it is enough for heaven to shift an entire lifetime of pain into a season of fulfillment. The strange heaviness you have felt lately is not depression, it is spiritual anticipation. Your body, mind, and spirit are all picking up on the frequency of what is coming. This is why your sleep has been uneasy, why your thoughts have been circling certain decisions without resolution. God is trying to reach you now because what's coming requires your attention, your awareness, and your willingness to receive. The unexpected event will not be small. It will ripple through your finances, your home, and your relationships. The very foundation of your daily routine is about to be shaken, but in a way that reveals blessings hidden beneath the rubble. Archangel Michael says your enemies have been watching you, waiting for a moment of weakness. They think you are distracted enough to be blindsided, but they do not realize that heaven has already seen their plans. In the next hour, what they plotted will be intercepted. The angels assigned to you are already at work, moving through places you have never stepped into, speaking into the ears of people you have never met. Connections will be made that seem impossible by human logic, but by divine order, they will fall into place as if they had always been meant for you. I can see you in two parallel futures, one where you respond to this call and one where you ignore it. In the first, your life accelerates into a chapter you have prayed for but thought was years away. In the second, the opportunities scatter like birds startled from a branch, and you are left wondering why nothing changed. Your hesitation is the only thing the enemy needs to delay your blessing. That is why the urgency is so intense right now, not to scare you, but to break the cycle of delay that has kept you from stepping into your fullness. When the sudden event arrives, it will feel like an interruption. You might even think it is a problem at first, but within hours you will realize it was the hand of God shifting everything in your favor. What was meant to cause disruption will be the exact thing that unlocks your next season. The decision you make right now will echo louder than you think. 4 to 5 minutes can feel short when you waste it, but when you use it in alignment with heaven's plan, it becomes a doorway to miracles. You may feel as if the around you are closing in, but in truth, they are shifting outward, making space for what is about to enter your life. The sense of pressure you've carried in your chest is not meant to break you but to prepare you. Heaven compresses you in this way so that, when the release comes, you will soar further than you thought possible. Archangel Michael says there are certain pieces of information that you are not supposed to have until this exact moment. If you had known too early, you might have spoken too soon or trusted someone who would have used your vision against you. That's why God has kept you in partial darkness, not as a punishment but as divine protection. The next 40 minutes will not pass quietly. Even as you read these words, subtle movements are occurring in the lives of people connected to your destiny. A phone call is being made. A private conversation is being interrupted. A sealed envelope is being pulled out from a drawer, ready to be delivered to your hands. You must understand, sudden changes do not happen randomly in heaven's kingdom. Everything is orchestrated, every detail calculated. That unexpected event coming to you was discussed long before you were born, and now its hour has arrived. The signs are already here if you look closely. The repeated numbers, the strange timing of messages, the way certain people have appeared out of nowhere in the past week. All of this is the build-up. This is heaven's way of making sure you are not startled when the shift arrives. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has been weary from waiting, and that is why this moment will hit so differently. It is not just about receiving a blessing, it is about breaking the feeling that God had been silent. His silence was never absence, it was strategy. Someone close to you is about to reveal a truth they have been holding back for far too long. At first, their words may sting, but as the full story unfolds, you will see how their confession opens a chain reaction of favor. Doors will open in places you once felt shut out of forever. The next step will not require you to chase anything. Instead, it will come to you, seeking you out, because your name is being spoken in rooms where you are not present. And those speaking it are not doing it out of pity, they are doing it because they've been moved to honor you. Even as I speak, angels are being stationed in your home, your workplace, and even on the paths you walk daily. They are not there to make you feel comfortable. They are there to ensure the transition happens without interference. Archangel Michael says, there is a person you have been unsure about, someone whose presence makes you feel both drawn and cautious. In the next half hour, their intentions will be exposed, and you will see them for exactly who they are. This clarity will remove one of the final obstacles standing in your way. Your financial situation is also under divine review right now. An unexpected opportunity is coming that will restore what was lost, and multiply it beyond what you asked for. This is not random luck. This is the delayed harvest of seeds you planted years ago without seeing immediate return. The divine shift will be so swift. It will leave you catching your breath. But once the dust settles, you will realize that every moment of waiting, every tear shed, every door closed, was pushing you toward this exact turning point. I see the moment clearly now. A knock on the door. A message on your phone. A sudden call that demands your attention. It will pull you from whatever you are doing and force you to listen, to be still, to pay attention. Archangel Michael says, do not dismiss it as coincidence. If you ignore it, you will delay something that could have been yours today. If you answer it, you will accelerate into a season you've been unknowingly preparing for. The people who underestimated you will watch in disbelief. The ones who counted you out will see you rise without them, wondering how it happened so fast. And the truth is, it happened because you finally stopped skipping the moments God was sending you. The sudden change will not just affect you. It will ripple into the lives of those connected to you, blessing those who stood by you and exposing those who stood against you. The countdown continues. Every passing second is pulling you closer to the moment when the shift will break through the veil and touch your physical reality. It's as if heaven has been holding back a flood of blessings behind a massive gate. And in less than an hour, that gate will be released. Archangel Michael says, what is coming toward you will not knock politely. It will rush in with force, rearranging things you thought were set in stone. Do not panic when you feel the speed of it. This acceleration is divine. The suddenness is necessary because the enemy has been circling your life and heaven intends to outrun him. Right now, in a place you cannot see, decisions are being made in your favor. Someone is being persuaded to take your side. Someone else is being removed from a position where they could block your blessing. This is why God is reaching for you so urgently, because your moment is being cleared of all opposition. Your spirit may feel restless in these final minutes before the change. That's not anxiety, that's spiritual alignment. Your body is sensing the exact moment in history when your path will be altered forever. There is a person, miles away from you, who is pacing in a room right now. They have something in their possession that belongs in your hands. A document, a message, or a piece of information that could shift your position entirely. For days they have been debating whether to approach you. But as the clock ticks closer, the push from heaven will become irresistible. Archangel Michael says, you will know them by the way their words seem to answer questions you never asked out loud. They will speak with a certainty that cuts through all doubt, and you will feel an unshakable sense that you are exactly where you are supposed to be in that moment. Do not let your mind wander into fear when the first wave of this shift hits. Your first instinct may be to think something has gone wrong, but the truth will reveal that it went exactly right. What feels like a disruption will actually be the greatest realignment of your life. The shift will not only bless you, it will silence accusations. Restore lost credibility, and make those who doubted you step back in awe. I see you standing at the edge of two seasons. Behind you is everything you've endured. The betrayals, the financial strain, the unanswered prayers. In front of you is the unknown, but it is glowing with a light of divine opportunity. Archangel Michael says, "You have been tested long enough. Every delay you faced was a setup to make this moment sweeter and more impactful. Heaven does not waste pain, it converts it into momentum. You are about to witness how quickly God can turn nothing into everything. One connection, one phone call, one unexpected meeting will cause a chain reaction that no human hand can stop." This is why the message says open it immediately, because your role is to be present and ready when the divine moment arrives. The next 30 minutes will be charged with unseen activity. Angels will move in and out of the lives of those tied to your future, pushing them into position so that your path is clear. The location of this moment may surprise you. It might not happen in your home or workplace, but somewhere completely unplanned. You could be walking, shopping, or simply sitting in silence when the atmosphere changes and everything begins to move. Archangel Michael says, "This is why you must stay alert. You will feel the shift before you see it, your heart will sense a strange calm. And then the first wave of change will touch you. People you haven't heard from in years may suddenly reappear. Opportunities you thought were dead will suddenly knock again. Conversations you thought were over will reignite, this time with a different ending. When this happens, do not try to control it. Allow it to unfold as heaven designed it, perfectly timed, perfectly aligned, perfectly yours. The energy is shifting even now. You might notice the air around you feels thicker, almost charged, as if a storm is forming without clouds. That is not weather. It is the spiritual atmosphere gathering for what is about to be released into your life. Archangel Michael says, the final stretch is always the intense. In these minutes leading up to your breakthrough, distractions will try to steal your focus. A sudden phone call, an unexpected problem, even a wave of doubt may try to pull you away from being present for what's coming. You must resist this pull because the enemy knows the power of this exact moment. Right now, a chain of events is being triggered without your knowledge, a sealed decision is being unlocked. Someone you have never met is about to speak your name in a conversation that changes everything. These are not random occurrences. They are the result of years of prayers and divine positioning converging into one point in time. The shift will not tiptoe into your life. It will arrive with impact. Like a door being flung open by a sudden wind, it will demand your attention and require you to step into it fully. There is a sound you will hear before it happens. It could be the ping of a message, the ring of a call, or the voice of someone speaking your name. That sound will carry an energy you cannot ignore because your spirit will instantly recognize it as the signal heaven has been preparing you for. Archangel Michael says, this is not something you will have to force. It will come to you without effort, drawn by the authority of God's word over your life. You only need to stay in alignment and ready to respond when it arrives. Someone close to you will not understand what is happening. And that is fine. This moment is not for them, it is for you. Do not waste your energy explaining the details to those who cannot see what heaven is revealing. The unexpected nature of this shift will be the very thing that makes it powerful. No one will be able to claim they orchestrated it, and no one will be able to take credit for it. It will be undeniably divine. I see a movement in your finances connected to this moment. An amount of money, either owed to you or long forgotten, is being released. What once felt locked away is now flowing back, multiplied. This will not be a slow process. It will appear suddenly, almost as if it materialized out of thin air. Archangel Michael says, "This release is not just about money, it's about restoring your freedom. The weight you've been carrying from financial limitations will be lifted in one motion, making space for you to move without fear. A door that you thought was permanently closed will swing open again, but this time, you will walk through it on your terms. You will not be desperate. You will not be unprepared. You will walk with authority, knowing this is your appointed time. And as you cross that threshold, you will realize that the struggle you endured was never wasted. It built the strength you will now use to hold the blessing. The final minutes are approaching. Every choice you make now, where you focus, what you allow into your mind, how you position your heart, will either keep the connection open or close it." Archangel Michael says, God is not trying to scare you, He is trying to position you. Too many times before, His signs reached you but were drowned out by busyness or doubt. This is why the urgency is different today. This is the window that will not open again in the same way. People from your past are going to hear about what happens to you after this shift, and they will be shocked. They will remember the version of you who was struggling, waiting, and questioning. They will not recognize the version of you that emerges after today. Your story is about to be rewritten in a way that cannot be undone. Once this happens, you will never return to the version of life you are living right now. The clock keeps ticking, and every heartbeat seems to echo a little louder. You may not see the change yet, but the air is already carrying it toward you. It's as if an invisible hand is clearing the path, removing every obstacle that stood between you and what God has prepared. Archangel Michael says, you have been through enough to recognize when something sacred is about to happen. This is that moment. The weight on your chest, the strange sense that something is coming. These are not signs of fear, they are confirmations that heaven is pressing in. Some of you will feel chills without knowing why. Others will notice their surroundings feel quieter, even in a noisy place. That's because the spiritual realm is drawing close, preparing you for the exact second when the shift begins. And when it begins, there will be no mistaking it. The timing will be so precise that you will know this was never random. Somewhere right now, a conversation is happening about you. People are weighing decisions, debating your name, considering opportunities connected to your life. This discussion will result in something that finds its way to you within this window of time. Archangel Michael says, your pardon. This is not to push or force anything, but to be ready. The door that's about to open will not be one you knocked on. It will open because heaven ordered it. And when it opens, you must step through quickly before hesitation gives the enemy a foothold. There is also a shift in relationships coming with this moment. Someone who had been distant will suddenly feel an unexplainable urge to reach out. They will bring with them a piece of the puzzle that unlocks the next step in your journey. What you do with that connection will set the tone for the months ahead. Handle it with discernment, because not everyone will understand why they are being pulled toward you now. The unexpected event will feel like it comes out of nowhere. But in truth, it has been building for years. Every tear, every delay, every rejection was quietly contributing to this moment's power. Archangel Michael says, when you step into this shift, you will finally see the reason behind many things you didn't understand, the closed doors, the detours, the people who walked away. It all makes sense when you see the bigger plan. Some of you will see financial restoration. Others will witness healing in a wonder if they are dreaming. The beauty of it is, you won't have to question whether it's from God. The peace that follows it will confirm it beyond any doubt. Your environment will change too. It might be subtle at first, a rearrangement, a change of location, a new face appearing in your daily life. But over the days that follow, you will see how it connects back to this single moment of divine interruption. Archangel Michael says, stay open to movement. God is not trying to disrupt you just for the sake of change. He's positioning you exactly where you need to be for the next chapter. You may notice that certain people pull away during this time. Do not chase them. Your absence is part of the preparation. God is removing distractions so that when the blessing arrives, you can see it clearly and embrace it fully. When all is revealed, you will understand why heaven has been trying to reach you so urgently today. The tension in the spiritual atmosphere is almost electric now. You might find your thoughts drifting to memories, decisions, or even people you haven't considered in years. This is not random. Those memories are being pulled forward because they are about to connect to what's coming next. Archangel Michael says, every detail is intentional. Nothing about this moment is by chance. Even the delays you faced in the last few weeks were part of the timing that brings you here, right now, within this 4 to 5 minute window. Here is a movement in the heavens that cannot be reversed. Even if the enemy tries to block it, the momentum is too strong. Your blessing is already in motion, nothing can drag it back into the shadows. When it finally lands, it will not be quiet. It will shake the stillness of your life and make everyone around you notice that something has shifted. I see a door, slightly ajar, with light spilling through the opening. You've stood in front of this door before but never walked through because fear whispered lies in your ear. Now, fear will have no power. The light will be too strong, the pull too undeniable. Archangel Michael says, when you step through this door, the old version of you will no longer fit. You will not think the same, feel the same, or dream the same. The weight you've carried will fall away like it was never there. People will wonder how you managed to change so fast. They won't know about the sleepless nights, the quiet prayers, the moments you almost gave up, but heaven knows, and that's why this moment was chosen for you. The blessings will arrive in layers. First, the shock of the change. Then, the joy of the breakthrough. And finally, the deep peace of knowing you are exactly where God intended. A voice will reach you soon. It may come through someone you trust or from an unexpected source. It will speak with urgency, pulling you to act or to listen carefully. This voice will be a marker, a signpost, telling you that the shift is no longer approaching. It is here. Archangel Michael says, you must pay attention to the details of that moment. The location, the words, the timing, all of it will be part of a bigger pattern that you will only understand later. Do not let distractions steal this from you. If a small inconvenience or sudden issue tries to pull you away, recognize it as a tactic to delay you. This is your moment to remain focused and still. Your life after this event will feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned. The confusion you've been carrying will dissolve, replaced by direction that feels both bold and peaceful. In the background of your life, there are people who have doubted you. Some have even spoken against you. They will watch in silence as your position changes before their eyes. They will see favor fall on you and realize they can do nothing to stop it. Archangel Michael says, their disbelief will serve a purpose. It will magnify the glory of what God is doing in your life. When people see the impossible happen for you, it will awaken something in them, even if they never admit it. This sudden change will be the answer to questions you didn't dare speak out loud. It will prove to you that heaven has heard every word, seen every tear, and remembered every act of faith. You will not return to the place you are right now. This moment will mark a before and after in your story. The energy around you is no longer subtle, it's pressing in, almost as if the unseen realm is leaning closer to watch this moment unfold. You may notice the smallest details differently. The way the air feels on your skin, the sudden stillness in a room, the sensation that time itself has slowed. That is the sign that the shift is now brushing against the edge of your reality. Archangel Michael says, you have walked through seasons where it felt like nothing would change. You've endured cycles that repeated so often you almost stopped expecting anything different. But heaven is about to prove that it only takes one moment, one divinely appointed moment, to break the longest season of delay. Even now, there are assignments being given to angels in rapid succession. Some are moving ahead to prepare the path, while others are stationed beside you to ensure you do not step away at the wrong time. Every movement is calculated. Every placement is intentional. The event that's coming will be sudden. But it has been in the works for longer than you can imagine. Someone who carries influence is being stirred right now, and their thoughts keep circling back to you. They may not even know why you are on their mind so persistently, but this divine nudge will lead them to act in your favor. You may never hear the full story, but you will see the results in what happens next. Archangel Michael says, this influence will open something you thought was closed forever. And once it opens, the momentum will carry you faster than you expect. You will not have to fight for every inch the way you did before. This will be different. When it arrives, it will feel almost too easy, and your first instinct may be to question it. No, it's not too good to be true. It's exactly as good as God intended it to be. This is not a test to see if you are ready. It's the fulfillment of proof that you already are. Your surroundings may change in small but significant ways leading up to the moment. A call you were expecting may be delayed just long enough to align perfectly with the divine timing. A meeting or encounter you didn't plan may place you exactly where you need to be. Archangel Michael says, watch for these shifts and embrace them. They are not inconveniences. They are markers guiding you into position. You will soon feel an internal confirmation, as if something deep inside you suddenly clicks into place. That's how you'll know the waiting is over. The time will no longer be coming, it will be now. And once it begins, the unfolding will be unstoppable. There will be whispers around you, some from people who sense something is different but can't put it into words. Others will notice changes in your demeanor, your confidence, your energy. You may not even realize how visibly the blessing is resting on you. Archangel Michael says, this light will not only be for your benefit, it will attract what belongs to you and repel what doesn't. People and opportunities meant for your life will gravitate toward you without you having to chase them. The sudden shift will feel like a door opening into a new atmosphere entirely. The air will feel higher, and your spirit will breathe deeper than it has in years. And when you look back, you will know exactly when it all changed, right here, in the moment you chose to listen instead of skip. The atmosphere is now vibrating with a kind of quiet urgency, as though creation itself is holding its breath for you. You might sense it in your chest, that strange rhythm, not quite fear and not quite excitement, but something in between. That's your spirit aligning with what is already set in motion in the unseen. Archangel Michael says, every delay you've endured until now has been calculated to bring you to this exact minute. It wasn't denial. It was divine synchronization. Heaven has been weaving events together in ways you couldn't have imagined, and all the threads are now pulling tight. People who once overlooked you are about to see you in a light they cannot ignore. Your name will be spoken in places where your feet have not yet stepped, and decisions about your life will be made in rooms you've never entered. The shift will be undeniable and permanent. Right now, somewhere you cannot see, a door is being unlocked. It's not just a physical one. It's a door in the spiritual realm, and what comes through it will spill into every area of your life. Finances, relationship, opportunities, health. It will be as though the floodgates have opened and the blessings pour without pause. Archangel Michael says, you will not have to beg or plead for this, it has been ordained for you since before you were born. This is not charity. This is inheritance. The people who doubted your worth will be left silent. They will have no choice but to watch as your story shifts in real time, and nothing they say will be able to stop the favor falling on you. And you will stand in awe, knowing that God has not only heard you, but answered you in a way you never dared to imagine. In the coming moments, a sound will mark the beginning. It may be a message alert, a sudden knock, or a voice that catches your attention. That sound will be the sign that the moment you've been sensing has arrived. Archangel Michael says, when you hear it, pause. Let yourself feel the weight of it. Don't rush. Don't dismiss it. Acknowledge it. That is the opening into the shift, and the way you respond will shape how quickly the rest unfolds. You will notice how the pieces start falling into place almost without effort. The right people will appear. The right words will be said. The right opportunity will land directly in your path. From that moment forward, the pace of your life will accelerate in ways that will leave even you breathless. The old struggles will begin to feel like a distant memory. The exhaustion, the confusion, the endless waiting, they will no longer define you. Instead, you will carry a new clarity, a deeper strength, and a confidence that comes from knowing you are moving with heaven's wind at your back. Archangel Michael says, do not cling to what is leaving. The people, situations, and habits falling away now are making room for what's coming. If you hold on to them, you will only slow your own rise. What is about to be placed in your hands is bigger than you imagined, and it will require both hands free. Let go, so you can receive. The countdown is almost over. The shift is already on its way. The final minutes before the change are always the most charged. You may feel a strange stillness around you, even if there is noise in the background. It's as if time has decided to hold back for just a moment longer, waiting for you to be fully ready to receive. Archangel Michael says, what is moving toward you now is not fragile. It is unstoppable. Even if someone tried to stand in the way, they would be swept aside by the force of what God has already decided. This is why the enemy has been so loud recently, throwing distractions and doubts in your path. He knows that when this moment hits, his hold on certain areas of your life will be broken forever. Some of the people around you may not understand the change in your energy right now. They might sense that something feels different but won't be able to explain it. That's because you're standing in a spiritual current that they can't yet see. This current is pulling you into a new reality, and there is no going back. I see a table in the distance, papers laid out, decisions waiting for signatures. Your name is on one of them. The document represents an open door, a finalized decision, a turning point you didn't think you reached this soon. Archangel Michael says, someone has been holding this back, hesitating, but heaven has placed a pressure on their heart that they can no longer ignore. They will take action, and that action will fall directly in your favor. The moment it happens, something inside you will feel lighter. You will breathe differently, think differently, and walk differently. The weight that has been pressing on your chest for months will suddenly be gone. It will not just be a relief, it will be a release. There's also a restoration connected to this shift. Something that was taken from you, whether it was respect, opportunity, or a tangible possession, is being returned, but it's not coming back in the same state it left. It will come back better, stronger, and more aligned with where you are now. Archangel Michael says, this is God's way of showing you that nothing truly meant for you can ever be stolen. It may be delayed, but it cannot be destroyed. And when it returns, it carries the interest of the time it was away. People who once thought they had the upper hand will watch helplessly as the scales tip toward you. Their influence will shrink, and yours will grow. The balance of power in your life is shifting, and it's shifting permanently. Your environment will respond to this change, too. You might notice more light in your space, even at night. The air will feel fresher, your sleep deeper, your thoughts clearer. These are all signs that spiritual heaviness is lifting and being replaced by divine covering. Archangel Michael says you must protect this atmosphere once it arrives. Not everyone who smiles at you is meant to step into this new chapter with you. Some will try to re-enter, not out of love, but to see how much you've grown, and to find a way to benefit from it. Discernment will be your shield. Clarity will be your weapon, and your peace will be your proof that this moment was always meant for you. The shift is almost here. I can feel it surrounding you like a rising tide. Every second that passes is pulling you deeper into alignment with the divine plan that has been patiently unfolding behind the scenes. Even if you tried to step away now, the pull toward what's coming would be too strong to resist. Archangel Michael says you have been prepared for this far longer than you realize. Every trial, every loss, Every closed door has been a quiet rehearsal for the role you're about to step into. The difference this time is that you will not be wondering if it's real. The evidence will be immediate and undeniable. Some will say you were lucky. Others will think you were given something you didn't earn. But you and I know the truth. This is not luck. This is the harvest from seeds you planted in faith when no one else was watching. And this harvest will not be small. I see someone moving toward you with purpose. They are carrying an object, a letter, a key, a message, something that will unlock the next phase of your journey. The moment they place it in your hands, you will feel the weight of its significance. Archangel Michael says this delivery is not ordinary. The timing is exact. Bound to the minute, because heaven's calendar does not run late. The message it carries will shift your focus instantly, revealing the next clear step forward. You will notice that from the moment you receive it, delays begin to vanish. Obstacles that once felt immovable will dissolve, and paths that seem blocked will open wide before you. It will feel as though the world around you has suddenly decided to cooperate with your destiny. There will also be a revealing in this season, not just of opportunities, but of people's true intentions. Someone you trust in may show their true colors, and while the truth may sting, it will also set you free from relying on the wrong support. Archangel Michael says, when this is revealed, do not let anger take root. Instead, let it be the final piece of closure that allows you to step forward without looking back. You cannot carry old betrayal into a new blessing without it weighing you down. This unveiling will also come with confirmation of who is meant to walk with you. The right allies will feel like a breath of fresh air, bringing peace instead of confusion. And together, you will step into a season that was impossible to enter alone. I see the last seconds of the countdown now. The moment the clock strikes, the shift will pour in like a flood. It will not be gradual. It will be instant, tangible, and overwhelming in the best way. Archangel Michael says, when it happens, don't rush to share it with everyone. Let the first few hours be yours alone with God. Let gratitude soak into your soul before you speak a word of it. Because once you share it, the ripple will spread, and your life will not look the same again. From that point forward, you will live in the proof that this moment was real, that God's timing is perfect, and that heaven never forgot your name. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. The air is thick now, almost humming with a low vibration you can't quite describe. Even if you're surrounded by noise, there's a deeper stillness under it. Like the world itself is pausing, holding its breath for you. Every instinct inside you knows something is approaching. Archangel Michael says, the unseen is closer than you think. This is not a random wave of energy. It's the approach of an appointed moment, a divine collision between your life and God's timing. You will not have to run to meet it. It is already rushing toward you. Some of you will notice physical signs, the way your hands tingle, the sudden warmth on your skin, or the heaviness lifting from your shoulders. These are not coincidences. This is your body reacting to the spiritual weight that's about to be lifted from your life. The chains that have been invisible but real will snap in an instant. Somewhere, a person is making a choice that will affect you directly. It could be a signature, a phone call, a verbal yes that sends ripples into your path. They may not even understand the full impact of what they're doing, but heaven does, and that's why their decision has been delayed until now. Archangel Michael says, timing is everything. If this had happened earlier, it would have been too soon. If it had happened later, it might have been too late. But right now, within this very hour, it is exactly right. And when it reaches you, it will arrive without struggle. The weight of striving will be replaced with the ease of divine alignment. You wonder why you were ever worried. In the moments just before this unfolds, you might notice unusual encounters. A stranger locking eyes with you a second longer than normal. A conversation you weren't supposed to overhear but did. An object catching your attention as if it's blowing. Archangel Michael says, these are markers. Small signposts letting you know you're on the direct path. Don't dismiss them. Take mental note, because when you look back, you'll see how perfectly they lined up with the final moment. The blessing coming is not fragile. It will not slip away if you breathe wrong. It has been anchored in your destiny since before you faced your first storm. Now, that anchor is being pulled from the depths. And the blessing is sailing into view. When it arrives, it will be more than you imagined. Yes, there will be joy, relief, and excitement. But there will also be a deep, calm certainty that this was always yours. That's the mark of something heaven sent. Peace that lingers long after the initial rush. Archangel Michael says, hold this moment close when it comes. Not everyone will understand it, and not everyone should be allowed to speak into it. Protect it like you would protect a newborn seed. Let it take root before exposing it to every voice. Because what starts in the next moments will not be a single blessing. It will be the opening of a season. A wave of changes, each one lifting you higher than the last. And once it begins, there will be no stopping it. The moment is drawing so close now that it is no longer just a feeling. It is a presence. It's in the air you breathe. The way your thoughts keep circling back to a single point you can't fully name. Even your heartbeat has adjusted to this invisible countdown, steady yet charged with anticipation. Archangel Michael says, heaven's plans are not whispered today. They are being declared. In the unseen, orders have been sent out, and angelic movement is rapid. What you've been waiting for is not crawling toward you. It is running, determined to reach you before the hour passes. Someone who had been silent will soon break that silence. Your words will shift something important in your path, and their timing will feel uncanny. That's because their moment to speak has been divinely timed to fit perfectly with the other moving pieces in your life. Nothing is colliding by accident. This is all choreography. I see a place. It might be familiar or entirely new to you, but it will carry a strange energy the moment you step into it. The air there will feel charged, and your spirit will recognize it instantly. That's because this is one of the appointed spaces where heaven's plans meet earth. Archangel Michael says, do not ignore this pull. If you are guided to go somewhere today, even without a clear reason, trust it. That place may hold the conversation, the meeting, or the sign you've been waiting for. When you are in the right place at the right time, everything flows with a natural ease. That's when you'll know you're standing in the center of divine timing. The blessing will not have to fight to find you. It will know exactly where you are. In these final moments, distractions will try to come. An unexpected message, a sudden task, a small frustration that makes you want to turn your focus elsewhere. Do not take the bait. These are last attempts to keep you from noticing the signs that are already arriving. Archangel Michael says, stay present. Be alert. The moment you've been sensing is not far off. It's nearly here. If you keep your eyes and heart open, you will catch the very first sign of its arrival. When it happens, it will be quick. A single moment will split your life into before and after. You'll feel it in your bones, and the knowing will be instant. You will never mistake it for anything ordinary. From that second on, events will cascade like dominoes. One thing will lead to another, and another, and another, faster than you can process, but you won't be overwhelmed. You'll be carried. It will feel like stepping into a river that knows exactly where it's going. Archangel Michael says, let it carry you. Do not resist the pace. This is not the time for hesitation. This is the time to move with the momentum heaven has built for you. By the time the wave slows, you will be standing somewhere you once thought was unreachable. The view from there will show you exactly why this moment had to come now, and not a moment sooner. And you will be grateful for every delay that brought you here. The shift is almost upon you now. So close that the air itself feels different. You may not be able to see it with your eyes, but your spirit has already begun to respond. There's a subtle hum, a magnetic pull, as though every unseen force is leaning in your direction. Archangel Michael says, there is no stopping what has been set in motion. The timing is sealed. The path is cleared, and the release has already begun in the realm you cannot see. What you've been waiting for is not on its way. It's already here, circling closer with every passing heartbeat. People who doubted you will soon witness something they can't explain. They won't understand how quickly things change for you, and some may even question whether it's real. But the proof will be in the permanence of what arrives. It will not fade. It will not be taken away. This is a divine appointment, and nothing can interfere with it now. I see the scene forming, the moment when the first tangible sign appears. It may be an unexpected voice calling your name, a phone ringing at an unusual time, or a sudden change in your surroundings. Whatever it is, it will instantly command your attention. Archangel Michael says, this is the signal. Don't ignore it, and don't downplay it. The moment you acknowledge it, the rest will unfold like pages turning in a book written long before you were born. You will feel an undeniable sense of recognition, even if the event itself seems strange. It will be like stepping into a memory you never knew you had, yet somehow always expected. And that recognition will fill you with a deep certainty. This is the moment. From there, the movement will be fast but graceful. Conversations will flow in your favor, opportunities will line up without effort. And doors will open that you didn't even know existed. Every step will feel like it's being guided, because it is. Archangel Michael says, you've been trained for this pace without realizing it. The years of struggle built your endurance, the seasons of waiting sharpened your vision, and the moments of silence taught you to listen. Now, all of that preparation will pay off in one unstoppable wave. The changes will be so precise, so perfectly timed, that even the smallest details will feel significant. And every detail will matter. By the time this shift completes its first cycle, you'll look around and realize you've stepped into a reality you once only dreamed about. You'll see evidence of answered prayers in places you didn't expect. You'll hear confirmation in words you couldn't have planned. Archangel Michael says, "This is not the end of your story. It's the opening of the chapter you were always meant to live." The trials you faced weren't meant to break you. They were meant to make you ready to carry what's coming now. And carry it you will, with strength, with clarity, and with the unshakable knowing that you were chosen for this very moment.